Hi everyone, I'm Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I am based outside of DC and I'm here to answer your questions live. So if you know anyone that has immigration questions, or if you have an immigration question, this is your opportunity to ask an attorney. You can pop in and ask that one immigration question because we all know that immigration law is super confusing. So I am here live to answer your immigration questions. Okay. So I'm here live to answer your immigration questions. So if you know others that are confused about immigration, that are out of status and would like to get some kind of status in the US, this is a good way for them to ask that one off question to kind of get to know me a little bit better and to understand the immigration process. Okay, so share this video with other people that you think might have immigration questions so they can call our office, they can join us live, they can be notified of whenever I go live. I'm streaming live on both TikTok and on Facebook right now. So feel free to like our page at Agarwal Immigration on Facebook, at Agarwal Immigration also on TikTok. It's the same handle on both. Make sure you follow us, like us if you want to be notified of when I go live so you can hop on and ask your immigration questions. Okay? So you can hop on and ask your immigration questions. All right? Does that sound good to you guys? If you're joining me for the first time, say hello. Let me know where you're from. I see several new faces. Well, I guess handles. Sorry, not faces. Several new handles here. If you want to type them in, I can go ahead and answer them for you. But really important for you to share this post with others that they can hop on when I'm on for the next few minutes, and also just follow and like our page so they can be notified that when I go live, so they can ask an immigration question, they can ask an immigration lawyer a question just so to get some clarity, right? Let me tell you a little bit about our firm. We practice everything under immigration law. So we only do U.S. immigration law. So if anybody wants to come to the U.S. or stay in the U.S., extend their status, or have lawful status in the U.S., that's those are the people that we help. Okay, we help in every kind of bucket of immigration. So we help with employment-based immigration, where companies are sponsoring individuals for green cards, for visas. We help with families that are sponsoring family members, parents, sisters, siblings, brothers, children, of course, spouses. That was our most popular one, and also humanitarian cases. So people that are that are essentially victims of crime. They're married to abusive spouses, either U.S. citizens or green card holders. They are afraid to return to their home country. They are being trafficked or are victims of crime. So all of these different types of humanitarian cases where people are being harmed, and the U.S. government provides a method to allow them to remain in the U.S. if they're cooperating with U.S. officials in some cases to prosecute crimes. Okay, so there's many ways to get status in the U.S. I think if you do not have status, or if you know people that don't have status, pop in and ask a question here. But also you can call our office for a consultation. Everything there will be confidential. Obviously, right now, this is general information. We're not able to provide confidential information here, but if you want to have one-on-one consultation with me, my name again is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. You can do that. You can call our office 703-348-1663. Again, that's 703-348-1663. You can also go on Facebook and you can book your own consultation, right? So our office closes at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Right now it's 6 o'clock. I'm pulling in a little bit of extra couple of hours, but our office is open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern. Even if you call now, we're going to call you back tomorrow. Okay, even if you call now, we'll give you a call back tomorrow. We return all of our missed calls, but feel free to leave a message. If you want to go ahead and schedule your own appointment, you can do that on Facebook. So just go on Facebook and you'll see a link and you can schedule your own appointment there. All right. Okay, so let me start off. Hi, sweet girl. Hi. I guess Anson Jamil. Hi, Ria. Hi, Jeff. I see your questions. I'm going to get to it in just a second. All right. So let me start off with our question of the day. We'll start off with our question of the day. If while I'm talking, don't hesitate to share this with others that might have immigration questions that want to ask an immigration lawyer live. Okay. So our question of the day is, what are 4 different ways? I want to go over 4 different ways to get status in the US if you are out of status. So these are people that entered illegally, and these are people that had some kind of status. So most people that we talked to entered on a tourist visa and it expired and they're overstaying. So these are 2 different categories of folks that may have had status once or never had status at all. Okay, so they're in the US. And what are 4 ways to get status if you've lost it or you never had it in the first place? All right, so one way to do this is one of our most popular case types. It's through a VAWA green card application, right? So this is a self-petition for a green card. So these people they could have entered illegally or they could have lost status here in the US. So these are people that are married to US citizens or green card holders, or in some cases, they are parents of US citizens. In other cases, they are children of a green card holder or US citizens. Okay, so there are several different groups of folks that can qualify for VAWA. So they basically have this relationship that qualifies. Like I said, most of them are spouses of US citizens or green card holders, and they're victims of abuse. So based on the abuse, we can apply for a green card for them. So it's a direct green card application. This is different than other humanitarian options. Okay, you can apply for a green card directly through VAWA, self-petition. Okay, so this is for people who are being abused. It doesn't have to be physical abuse. There doesn't have to be a police report, but their marriage is such that it's challenging, it's difficult. But what we're able to do is take those facts and apply for a green card for them. And what they get is work authorization about 6 to 8 months and a green card in about 2 to 2.5 years. Okay, so that's that process. It doesn't matter if they entered illegally. It doesn't matter if they lost status, if they entered legally and then lost status. This is a green card application. So this is one way to get a green card and ultimately US citizenship if you qualify in this way. So the second way I can just go over briefly is called asylum, right? Because some of you have heard about asylum. This is for people that are afraid to return to their home country. So they're already here in the US. They're not applying from abroad. They're already here in the US, and they are afraid of going back. So maybe something, and it could be, it could be political conditions. So let's say, for example, you oppose the government of your country. It's known that you oppose the government of your country. You're part of these groups that are seeking to overthrow this government regime. I'm making this up. This is just a hypothetical. And you are afraid to go back to that country because you're scared you might get killed, you might die. And it's not just kind of a general threat, it's specific to you. Okay, it's specific to you. All right. So that's one way. It's asylum. Okay. Another way, I guess a third way, and political asylum was just an example. It could be your religious beliefs. It could be something specific that happened in your family. You could be a victim of domestic violence. All of these ways are still possible to claim asylum in the US. All right. But what does have the fear of persecution in your home country has to be specific. It can't just be general, like I'm afraid to get a job, that I won't get a job. I'm afraid I won't be able to come back to the US. That's way too general. You need something very specific that you're afraid to return for. Okay. All right, second or third, I should say, a U visa, right? So this is for victims of crime. So if you don't have status in the US, or if you had status and you lost status and you witnessed a crime, right? It has to be a qualifying crime. It can't just be anything. If you witnessed a crime and you helped prosecute that crime, if you worked with the police to be able to report that crime, then you would also qualify for a U visa, and then ultimately for a green card and then citizenship. So it's important, if you're out of status, you do not have to sit quietly while you witness crimes. You don't have to be the victim of a crime and feel scared to be deported, right? Because you can report things like domestic violence. You would qualify for a U visa, which would allow you to remain in the US, ultimately get a green card, and then after that apply for US citizenship. So that's another way. All right, so third, fourth way is a T visa. It's a victim of trafficking. So let's say this is just an example. So you were forced to work. Somebody you came in with through a coyote or someone else, and you were forced to work after you came here, right? That could be a potential way. So if you never had status or you entered illegally, you can still apply for what's called a T visa. If you qualify, obviously your circumstances would have to qualify you. That's another way. So these are all 4 different ways to apply for status in the US if you don't have status, if you don't have papers, if you're undocumented. These are 4 different ways if you qualify. If we can talk to you more about this, give us a call. We are at 703-348-1663. Okay, 703-348-1663. We can have a confidential consultation. We're doing them by phone or by Zoom based on your preference. And some of my clients are coming in person as well. All right, great. So when you go ahead and type your questions in, say hello if you're watching. And I don't know that you are. Go ahead and say hello. I'd love to know where you are watching from. All right. Ashina says hi. Hi, Ashina. Ria says, I'm applying for an N400 for my wife. What are the additional evidences that I can add? Thank you. So an N400 is a citizenship application, right? N400 is a citizenship application. Basically, what you need to do is show that she has lived in the U.S., was a resident of the U.S. for whatever the qualifying time is. So if you're a U.S. citizen, the qualifying time is 3 years. So you want to show evidence that she's lived in the U.S. for 3 years, that she paid taxes. So you want to add your tax returns. It's not that much that's required. And actually, if you go through the instructions for the N400, it's very clear on what you need to submit. Okay, it's pretty clear. So it can be just generally, immigration can be confusing. There's a lot of different pieces of evidence. I would suggest don't add more than they're requesting, right? You can add a little bit more, but don't just throw a bunch of information out there. It's only going to delay your application. All right. So my advice, just when you send your application, you want to really understand what they're asking for, what types of evidence they're asking for. Sometimes people, for me, send social security cards. We don't need that. We almost never submit a social security card as a copy of an application, as one of the exhibits to an application. So be mindful. I would say, obviously your tax returns, your civil documents, you would need that as well. But just go through the list. I can't recall off the top of my head, but we have a pretty thorough system of applying for citizenship. So we make sure we get all of the evidence, we gather all the evidence, we do intakes with you to get all the most accurate information, and we put your application together and mail it in. All right. If you want to talk to us about U.S. citizenship to see if you qualify, or if you have questions, give us a call, 703-348-1663. My name, again, if you're just joining, is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I only practice immigration law. I only practice U.S. immigration law. I do not practice anything other than immigration, but we help with all kinds of immigration applications: citizenship, employment-based immigration, family-based, and humanitarian cases as well. All right. Jeff says, what do I have to do for getting someone here on a work visa? Great. So what do I have to do for getting someone here on a work visa? Okay. Great. So, all right. I'm just looking at some of your comments. You guys make me smile, really. Someone is saying, I want to work with you. I would love for you to work with me. However, I'm currently not hiring. We have a team of, I guess we're 7 right now. We have a team of 7. We work very closely together. We do some really, really amazing work. We have a fantastic team. We're not hiring right now, but our firm is always growing. So keep us in mind in the future. Okay. All right, so the question again, Jeff, is what do I have to do to get someone here on a work visa? So it depends on what the type of work is, right? So I would say have a consultation. It's going to be very specific. The job work visas are very specific to the position and the qualifications of the person you're trying to bring in. So that is kind of hard to generalize. You can apply directly for their green card. You can apply for a temporary visa, like an H-1B if they have a bachelor's degree, or there could be kind of unskilled worker type of visas, like the H-2B, that might qualify them as well. So that's an option. You could also, if they're students, they might qualify in other ways that allow them to work while they're in school. So it's going to be very specific to the person you're bringing in and the job. So I would say that would require a consultation, or I think you would benefit from having a consultation to understand what options are available for you or the person you're bringing in. We're doing work visas, quote unquote work visas, that are extraordinary ability visas, right? So the person is above average in their field, and we're able to bring them in on kind of a work-based visa because they're going to be continuing their work in that field. So that's completely different too. So I really would need to understand the qualifications of the person and get the details on the position to really be able to discuss with you the different options. But there are temporary options, there are direct green card applications, there are many different ways. Okay, call us if you want to talk about that. We're at 703-348-1663. Lash and Broby Nikki says, can you please summarize 4 ways? So the 4 ways, right? So this is my topic here. If you want, you can go back and watch the live on Facebook. It's recorded and it's on there. So we can go through 4 ways to get in status if you're out of status. So we'll just go through 4. So 1 is VAWA. It's a VAWA self-petition. We went through asylum. We went through a T visa for trafficking. We went through a U visa for victims of crime. These are 4 ways if you entered illegally, or if you had status and then lost it. Okay, but go back and go to Facebook. If you don't already like us, make sure you like us on Facebook at Agarwal Immigration, and you can watch this video. I started off talking about it, and you can watch that to get those 4 ways. All right. Ria says, thank you. You're welcome. Great. Thank you for following us. Someone is saying California territory. We practice all over the U.S., right? So we are based outside of Washington, D.C. I'm based right outside of Washington, D.C. My city is called Arlington, Virginia. But our clients are literally all over the place. And we love working with clients all over the world. Seriously, that's one of my favorite parts about this position, about this job, is to work with clients from all over the world. So give us a call if we can help you. We're at 703-348-1663. Kripa is saying, I have a question about changing my name after divorce to be a U.S. citizen. It's up to you, Kripa. You don't have to change. You can if you want. You don't have to, or you can. It doesn't impact your immigration application. Okay, just list all the names that you've used in the past. Someone is asking family immigration. Yes, we handle all kinds of family immigration cases as well. All right, Kripa. Oh, okay. So sorry, Kripa says I'm already a U.S. citizen. Yeah, you can go ahead and change your name. You might want to do a name change document. Okay. All right. It was nice to see everybody. I'm going to head out. Happy Monday. If you want to call us, we're here all week. And I know we're going to be taking some time off later this month for the holidays. But if you want to get us started on your case, we'd love to work on your case. This is a good time to start something because we won't be available later in the month. Okay. So if you want to learn more, if you want to have a consultation, 703-348-1663. Thanks so much. Look forward to meeting some of you on Zoom, on the phone, and in person if you can make it down here. All right. Thanks so much. Bye.